Welcome to Adventist Newsline. I'm Sandra Juarez.
And I'm Garrett Caldwell. Every 5 years following a General Conference session, leaders of key church ministries are elected during a gathering of the World Church Executive Committee. Newsline reporter Megan Bronner spoke with newly elected president of the Adventist Development and Relief Agency, Dr. Rudy Meyer. Megan?
Thanks, Garrett. Although Meyer comes to ADRA after 20 years of teaching at Andrews University in Berrien Springs, Michigan, his arrival at ADRA is really more of a homecoming. Meyer first worked at ADRA in the mid-1980s in its early days. I asked Meyer if he sees similarities between the mission of the organization and the mission of the Seventh-day Adventist World Church.
You know, if I understand the gospel right, and if I understand the mission of the Seventh-day Adventist right, we're not only dealing with spiritual issues, but we are clearly dealing with physical issues. I mean, the Seventh-day Adventist Church has developed hospital systems, it has developed educational institutions, and it has developed now ADRA as an important part to respond to the physical needs, to the social needs in the society in which we live. And so in that way, I think ADRA is not only fitting in, ADRA is a vital element in the mission and ministry of the church.
Currently active in more than 120 countries, the ADRA mission includes providing livelihood training, safe food and water, anti-human trafficking programs, and emergency response. But Meyer says that now more than ever, resources for such projects are highly sought after.
You know, the development industry has become far more complex. And it is an important thing for ADRA now to respond to these changes and to these complexities, not only for our funders, but also in the implementation.
Meyer takes the place of former ADRA President Charles Sandifer. I'm Megan Bronner reporting for Adventist Newsline.
Other new appointments include David Trim as the new director of the Office of Archives and Statistics, replacing Bert Holoviak, who retired earlier this year. The Adventist Review also filled its associate editor position with Dr. Lyle Caesar of Andrews University.
If you thought all the meetings were over after annual council, guess again. Each of the 13 organizational regions of the World Church have kicked off their year-end meetings where they will make personnel decisions and address local issues. We dropped by the North American division to see what's on their agenda.
The autumn season in certain areas of North America brings crisp temperatures, a tapestry of color with the leaves on the trees, and shorter days and longer nights. For the Seventh-day Adventist Church in North America, it also marks the time for its annual year-end meetings. The purpose of the meetings are to consider budget requests, make appropriations, as well as adopt policies that are necessary for the operation of the church in North America.
We start preparing for the year-end meetings approximately 9 months beforehand. We have a policy review committee that processes items that come from various departments and from around the division.
Consisting of 6 workers, Bryant's team prepared 65 policies for acceptance by the delegates of this 5-day meeting.
One of the things we're doing this year is putting some of the editorial policy changes into a consent agenda format so that it will lessen the time of some of the minute items that still has to be voted by our year-end meeting.
Division officers will also have the opportunity to share with the delegates the new initiative, Reach North America.
Reach North America is the terminology that we use to describe the strategic plan of the North American Division. That plan includes 5 elements: reach up, reach out, reach in, reach across, and reach toward. Basically, what it does is that it enables us to talk to the issues of how we approach our own membership, in terms of fellowship and enhancement of spiritual life in the congregations, reaching out to the world, reaching up to God. And basically it covers the overall program of Christian education, of administration or administrative excellence. It is the total package that we're going to present to our constituency regarding how we want to approach God's work in this division in the coming years.
Not only will delegates meet to accept policies, a nominating committee chaired by the church's North America president will meet to elect department directors as well as vice presidents for the new 5-year term.
The process by which we select leaders for the North American Division involves the use of an assessment tool, whereby we asked our leaders for a list of names, individuals that they have worked with, and then those individuals are asked to assess them, in addition to union leaders and other officers.
Other highlights of the meetings include devotionals by Mark Johnson, president of the Seventh-day Adventist Church in Canada, Roscoe Howard III, a vice president for Adventist Health System, Elizabeth Talbot, co-host of The Voice of Prophecy, and Jose Rojas, director of North America's Office of Volunteer Ministries. I'm George Johnson, Jr., reporting for Newsline.
For more news on the meetings, you can follow them on Facebook and on Twitter.
Why did a Seventh-day Adventist church in Australia get a visit from 200 police officers? This and other stories coming from our correspondent in the South Pacific, David Gibbons.
The principal of the Methodist Theological College in Fiji says Methodists should learn principles of healthy living. The comment came as Dr. Epineri praised the Seventh-day Adventist Church for its emphasis on health as an important part of Christian living. Fiji weighs in among the Pacific region's top 5 nations when it comes to obesity, and government health authorities say a worrying number of Fijians are deficient in iron and other essential vitamins and minerals. The Methodist Theological College is currently exploring the best way to make Adventist resources, including health literature, available to staff and students. Christian police officers in New Zealand have met to encourage one another in their faith and professional integrity. The Police Christian Support Network hosted its second national conference at the Papatoe Seventh-day Adventist Church in the south of Auckland. The weekend's program featured praise and worship, keynote speakers and workshops on practical issues officers struggle with on a daily basis.
I have the resource of heaven at my disposal. I deal with the most broken parts of our society. Why would I not pray for people? Why would I not say, look, you can do this course, you can go to here and do that?
Students at Kempsey Adventist School have given a happy surprise to a Christian charity collecting for disadvantaged children. Operation Christmas Child challenged each of the 15 classes to fill a shoebox with gifts for a child affected by poverty. But when representatives of the charity arrived at the school, they were amazed to find 268 shoeboxes waiting for them. Students and staff paid for the gifts by fundraising, which included running a Bible reading marathon through the night. Well, they can sleep easy now, knowing that 268 children will no longer miss out on Christmas presents this year. From the Adventist Media Network, Sydney, Australia, this is David Gibbons reporting for Newsline.
Thank you, David. Well, that wraps up this edition of Adventist Newsline. I'm Garrett Caldwell.
And I'm Sandra Juarez. We'll see you again next time.